Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking, and welcome to the introduction summary for multiplayer stream I played on the night of 7th night from Saturday to Sunday, 7-8 June. So if you watch the stream, this is exactly the same game. The link will be here to the stream. I will try to make it that it will be the link to the start of the game on the stream. So yeah, if you watch that stream, you can theoretically skip this video since you already know it, unless you want to hear a little bit of general info that I will just give right now, or a summary after the game. So first, general info. As Opresiaro predicted, I'm sick. So my throat is actually not gotten fine. It's absolutely the same. I went to see a doctor today, and he prescribed me some antibiotics, so I'm gonna take those. What's the consequence? Well, I'm still going to work. Overall, I'm feeling, let's say, fine. I'm a little bit tired, and overall, well, basically, of course, my throat hurts like hell. But overall, I'm fine. But I can't really talk. You can probably hear that my voice is not that great. So again, this week I will probably have to skip the DD stream, the weekly DD stream I was going to do. Hopefully my voice will get better, so I can still stream the game on Saturday night and catch a free-for-all game. But this time I don't want to promise anything, so I'll probably, well, I'll try to post it. If I'm gonna make a stream, I'm gonna post the announcement on Saturday, not a couple of days earlier like this weekend. I basically posted the announcement 2 days before, and I started to not feel that well, but I definitely didn't want to cancel that one, and there was probably, that had something to do that my voice didn't get better but just stuck in this bad awkward moment. So that's about the general info. I will try to upload play by emails at least, and if I'm not going to be able to do those, I will try to, well, make a bulk of those play by emails later on when my voice will actually be fine. So that's about general info. So sorry in advance for again not uploading as much as I would like to. So let's get to the introduction of this game. So I've got Persia in this game, and I was going up against, let's see, can I actually see those? Yeah, I can actually see those. So Twinsen was, okay, first a little bit of introduction. Twinsen was playing Assyria, Jiro was playing Portuguese, KDJD was playing Greece, Lucky Strike was playing America, and one and only Shubi played Siam. And this is my starting location. I rolled Persia. Persia is one of those civs. If you watch my stream, you know that I really like Persia a lot. It's a very versatile, very strong civ. I like it very, very much. So yeah, if you do not want to know how the game went, what happened, and so on and so forth, just stop watching right now, and I will show you the link one more time. Well, I probably is still in here, the link to the start of the game on the stream. So if you don't want to know how the game went, just stop watching right now. Last alert. And if you do want to hear my summary, or you just finished watching the game, then let's go and let's have a little bit of. Okay, hello. Alright, let's see, 1088. I actually skipped the turn I wanted to show you first, but let's just get on with it since I don't want to search for the correct turn. I will just describe what happened. So as you can see, I scouted quite a lot of the map. I've got Lucky Strike in here playing America all alone with one tile passage connecting him to my line. One other tile passage here that goes into one tile passage, that goes into one tile passage. So basically no one in here can really attack the other. So, well, Lucky Strike is just in a really great spot to do what he does. He really likes a peaceful game, so that's it. On this side, we've got Greece and Portuguese. As you can see, Portuguese is losing his capital. He actually moved to have Mount Sinai in his capital, which is pretty awesome move. But generally, he made himself a target to Greece. And yeah, he lost the capital, but he still stayed in the game. He retook the capital, even almost retook Porto, but in the end, Greece finished him off. So GG, Giro in here. As a first timer in this green of players, that was a really great performance. GG, thanks for the game. On this side, we've got Shumi with a great wall going all out crazy. And in between me and Shumi, we've got Twinsen, but when I'm gonna go to Twinsen and Shumi, let me tell you about my starting location. So I'm in this kind of a closed area by mountains, but when I initially saw it, I saw the desert and all that cool stuff. I was thinking like, okay, let's go tradition into full out liberty, into getting monarchy and getting at least 4-5 cities, and I did so. I planted those two cities in here. I planted a city in here. You see a city ruin basically. So I planted a city in here, and I planted a city in here, a city ruin. Now, the story about this city is like this. I had an immortal in here. I had an immortal in here. And I had an immortal and a settler in here. Initially, I wanted to settle on the silver in here to have a nice defensive city against Assyria. Well, it's not really that great of a defensive city since you got a hill in here, so if you're going up against a siege tower player, getting a unit in here will basically not allow you to shoot any units in front, so you can just sneak in a siege tower at the end of the turn, snipe off the unit, sneak in a siege tower and take the city with 2 siege towers. That's easy to do, especially if you go out full army. But let's not talk about the pros and cons of the city that I actually did not plant. Let's focus on the city that I did plant. So I was like, Twinsen was like, you should go back with the settler, and I said no, I will not go back with the settler, and I killed his warrior and planted the city. So that was a little bit strange behavior from him. Well, strange behavior. He took it quite personally, and I absolutely disagree with his decision. I made a huge mistake though, don't get me wrong, I made a huge mistake. I forgot that he actually had a lot of gold prepared because he wanted to rush Shumi, at least supposedly he said so. And he wanted to rush Shumi in here with a lot of troops and take Shumi back. But because I planned on top of him, he decided to wage war on me instead. Now, let's focus on the basic reasoning. He planted a city 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles away from his capital, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles into my capital, and actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles into my fourth city. Now I wanted to plant a city in here that's 3 tiles from my capital. I wanna say this one more, 3 tiles from my capital. He himself planted like 5 tiles from Shumi's capital that you can see later on in the game. But for me, he definitely used some different standards than for himself, because I wanted to plan in here. He deducted that I wanted to wage war with him. I planted this city just to attack him. It was absolutely wrong. I had no intention to attack him, at least at that moment. Yes, I was considering a little bit of warmongering, but definitely start when you have a Shumi with game and such a good players, you definitely want to focus on economy, and I definitely wanted to do so. But instead, then he moved theoretically all his army in here, and he had quite a lot of army, don't get me wrong, he really prepared to attack Shumi with quite a lot of army. So I was quickly overwhelmed. I lost this city. I almost defended this city. Well, you can see the ruins, so I did not defend it. But I did try. I had a really hard fight, but first of all, let me just note, I will say this once, I fought horribly in this game. Horribly. Twinsen was faster than me 95% of the time. Because of that, I made stupid moves, I lost a lot of units, and I was making bad calls all night long. I fought miserably bad. I fought that miserably bad that after losing this city, yes, I was able to retake this ground. You can see a lot of roads in here. I was able to retake this ground, push him back, plan my frontal city again, and start assailing this city. And I was like thinking, yeah, I can do it, no problem. No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for a long time. And just to make it clear how bad I was fighting, because the echo side, I was really trying to sneak a lot of economy buildings. There was something that differentiated me from Twinsen. I was really trying to focus on economy buildings as much as possible, sneaking national college, markets, universities, as soon as possible, getting to industrialization, Gatling guns, and so on. So yes, I was leading at economy, setting up a defense, but this defense was unbreakable for me. Not only the position made it bad, but my general movement, the lack of good movement and all that stuff. I was losing unit after a unit after a unit, and even tech advantage was not helping me. I was not able to take it with crossbows, I was not able to take it with knights, I was not able to take it with Gatling guns. I was losing Gatling guns against crossbows, composites, and knights. Seriously, I fought that bad. So, well, let's just skip to the turn when I actually finally did something good in this war. Okay, one little quick note. Oh, I forgot absolutely about telling you that we did not use Great Scientist to bulk. We could only plant Great Scientist in this game. I absolutely forgot it in the initial introduction. So look at this. Composites and crossbows laughing in my face in here with Gatling guns. I was in such a bad shape when it comes to fighting in this game that I was not able to break these defenses. I was not able. Like, no way. It was just too hard for me to break it up without anything good. So what I did, I think I'm researching chemistry right now. Yes, I'm researching chemistry. So what I did is actually I timed the golden age. Finally, I timed the golden age in here. Like, I should have built an artist guild ages ago and so on. But as you can see, my economy in here is in pretty good shape, and though Twinsen is catching up as well, he's only 6% behind in tech. The problem is, I was not able with superior tech. I was losing unit after unit after unit, so at some point I was like decided, no, I can't do it. He's just too fast, too quick, too smart for me tonight, and I'm just going to sit back, relax, make economy, and finally kill him with superior techs. Initially I was thinking to wait for artillery, but at the end I decided to actually just go for it. Yeah, I think the tipping point for me was him sniping off my 4 times promoted Gatling guns. I finally had a Gatling gun that was getting a 4th promotion, but I was so slow. Well, I was so slow, I was clicking like mad, but that did not help him. I couldn't hide, I couldn't do one move before he sniped this off. I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated in this game. It was amazing. If you're gonna watch this, you're gonna laugh. Okay, I'm gonna be polite. You're gonna just laugh at me so hard, because I was just I was making a click, and then I was like 5 seconds later, boom, unit kill, boom, unit kill. I was like, no, again losing knights against composites, crossbows against composites, Gatling guns, 3 times promoted rough promotion Gatling gun against composite crossbows and knight. Well, but that just made me to slow down, relax, echo up, and finally I was planning to go for artillery, but after a careful consideration, which was pretty fast consideration, after getting golden age, I just slaughtered him with some cannons that could just step on the mountains, the hills, shoot, Gatling guns that could step, shoot, and knights with 5 movement. And finally, I finally broke him. So let me just show you what was the situation when finally, after I think 170 or 175 turns, I finally killed Twinsen. Seriously. There was like 100 turns of constant fighting. Alright, let me just show you. Okay, here we are, and there we go. Evil Twinsen is no more. I think that happened actually like at least 11 turns ago. Well, maybe a little bit less. But I definitely took his capital like 11 turns ago, because this guy already has not even a cold house, so there's more than 11 turns definitely. So yeah, I finally broke him down. But let's see the difference. Well, that's the major difference. This is my tech tree, my science, 658 science, and I'm barely reaching plastics. Barely reaching plastics. Shomi, on the other hand, is rocking strong with atomic bombs. So, yes, I finally killed Twinsen, my arch enemy. This is basically how this looks. I had 62, his 18% tech ahead of me. Theoretically, I'm second at hammer, second at gold, first at food. Well, I got 2 empires right now. So finally at turn 195, I'm in a good shape to echo and grow up. But now there's there's 2 problems. Shumi has such a huge tech advantage. It's all the time, all this game, you can hear him on TeamSpeak say, I got so much science, you got no chance. I got atomic bombs. With atomic bombs, I will kill you. Well, for a moment there, because I was quite tired and I was not feeling that well, for a moment there, I wanted to concede to Shumi. Absolutely. Well, at this spot, even looking at this from time perspective, I don't blame myself that I want to concede. I got Gatling guns, maybe Great War Infantry if I really want to build it, maybe Great War Infantry artilleries against bombers, atomic bombs, infantry, battleships, destroyers. Destroyers means tanks. Okay, tanks. So he's somewhere in here already. He's got those, and he's going in here already, so not that far from stealth and all that cool stuff. And I'm barely here, I don't even have research labs yet. And there's no great scientist Bobs. So I was absolutely ready to concede, looking like, well, KDJD with Greece was trying to do something in here, but soon his troops got nuked, so he was basically into defensive, but somehow he actually was able to defend. Lucky Strike was doing pretty fine, so Lucky Strike did not allow me to concede this game. Influenced by players, there we go, let's see America. As you can see, he's basically winning culture victory quite easily with Greece, Persia and Portuguese. The only one stopping him from winning is Shumi. So I was caught up in this really strange position. From one side, I was so far behind in tech, at this moment I posed absolutely no threat to Shumi. I couldn't do nothing to him. On the other hand, I was probably not able to win this game. Because either I would help Lucky Strike achieve a culture win by trying to get Shumi down, or I would sit back and let Shumi kill everyone. So I was really ready to concede, vote me irrelevant so I can go to sleep, but as I said, Lucky did not allow me to go. Well, I could say thank you very much, Lucky, for that I lose the fate to do something useful with my empire at this point. So since they didn't want to let me go, I decided to absolutely be quiet and just build Echo. So I was building like crazy. Culture stuff, Echo stuff, gold stuff, production stuff, research labs, all that cool stuff was just building to get as much gold as possible, to fill out commerce, to mercantilism, to get secularism and get some cool stuff and freedom. So I was basically Echo focused. I was absolutely Echo focused. And surprisingly, Shumi was not able to finish them off that quickly. Miraculously, Greece did not fall that quickly as Shumi wanted. Yes, he did nuke his capital several times, but they somehow gained control of the sea. Oh, excuse me very much. They somehow gained control of the sea. And actually they were able to nuke his capital, those cities, but in the meantime he got to stealth. He still had uranium 1 city, so he was basically still a major threat and trying to kill a lot of people. But, well, he left me alone for roughly 50 turns. 45 turns. And you know me, I'm like Bob the Builder. If you leave me alone, I can certainly build an empire. Okay, so continuing the thought process, this is what you get when you leave yours alone for almost 50 turns with 2 empires. So I somehow managed to get my empire from a disastrous state at turn 195 into a pretty darn good shape at turn 242. Let me just show you the demographics. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, almost 1. Yes, Shumi was dying. Thanks. Well, I kinda sneaked in a capital kill, using the fact that his 3 cities was nuked, only 1 city and he with stealth bombers. He was focused on the greased, so using the Golden Age and some rocket artillery that I finally got, well, I basically took his capital in 1 turn. This is how this works. So, very nice revenge on my side. Not letting Shumi win is always fun. But, as I said earlier, I was in a really bad spot if I really wanted to win this game, and this is why. By focusing, well, in this moment actually Shumi is helping to win Lucky Strike, which was pretty strange. Well, I kind of make the same decision earlier on because I knew that if I'm gonna help Lucky Strike, well, if I'm gonna kill Shumi, I'm gonna help Lucky Strike win. But if I'm gonna help Shumi, then probably Shumi will win in the end because he will kill me. So maybe my late game decision was not that bad. I was kind of hoping that I can leave, well, destroy Shumi quickly enough to leave him like 1 city, don't destroy his civilization at all, so the culture will be there, and then quickly try to kill Lucky Strike. But in the course of the game, since Lucky Strike had a lot of votes and so on, a lot of gold, and I had absolutely no uranium of my own, I was really dependent on city-state allies, which I was not having at some point because I was losing gold, because Shumi dropped some XComs in here and it was giving me trouble. Overall, I was not able to technically kill Lucky Strike. Greece tried to do it, but did not succeed. And I was definitely not able to do it. But, so, yes, if you're thinking, yes, that's correct. Lucky Strike achieved a culture victory, I think around turn 244 in this game. So if you are looking for a game where somebody achieves a culture victory, this is this game. In this game, he achieves a culture victory. Yes, the rules are a little bit different than a normal game because there was no great scientist bulbs, so basically, well, there was no threat of a science victory. Even I was still missing, well, after killing the tech leader and almost becoming the next tech leader, playing a very bad game, I was missing like four techs to achieve a science victory. So yeah, it's doable, probably a lot faster without great scientist bulbs, but with that amount of war and so on, it was of course not that great. So continuing my thought process, I was just technically not able either to nuke him or have XComs or paratroopers. If I wouldn't go for bomb shelters that I didn't really need because nobody actually nuked my capital in the whole game, I could possibly get to stealth bombers and XComs a little bit faster, and maybe, just maybe, I could take away his capital. By taking away his capital, I would probably remove all his tourism, so that would give me probably just enough time to kill him overall. So yeah, it was kind of a frenzy against Shumi, so I did kill Shumi, but in the end I was not able to achieve victory. But anyway, the late game was pretty cool, pretty interesting. Some modern era warfare, some nukes flying around, stealth bomber action, and so on and so forth. So that was pretty cool, and I would say Shumi just overestimated his power to kill Greece especially quickly enough. Well, they do not have access, for example. Yeah, there is access on the north. You could just swim across in the north in here. It was kind of connected in here. Wow, we actually even planted a citadel in here. It would seem to defend his coastal city. So this is how this went. So yeah, if you want to watch the game, go on. Though I played really bad at start, I was depressed and so on. Overall, I think I really enjoyed this game. It was a lesson of a little bit of humility, being in a bad shape and actually fighting against a much better combat-oriented player. And basically the consequences of that. But on the other side, what you could possibly do by just being left alone for just enough time to catch up. So if you want to, like, yeah, I think that was pretty cool, informative, and overall enjoyable game for me, and I hope it will be like that for you as well. So one more time, thank you very much for the game, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I invite you to watch the actual game. The link is in here again, or at the start of this video, and I congratulate you, Lucky Strike, for achieving a culture victory in this game. GG. So one more time, thank you very much for watching, and best wishes. Yoruus.